My name is Jenny Fox Ishihara, and I am a CAPA certified childbirth educator, a DONA certified birth doula, and the co-creator and instructor for the Journey Childbirth Education series. My approach to childbirth education is to help the participants in my classes prepare themselves through a variety of activities and practices and comfort tools that they can draw upon during labor. Where our minds go during the process of giving birth is very, very significant. And so prenatally, doing practices and exercises that help us to explore where our thoughts go while experiencing intense sensation is very valuable. One of the practices that we use in class is what's called an ice contraction. Today I'm going to explain what an ice contraction is and guide you through doing a series of ice contractions. Before we actually begin working with the ice, I'm going to guide you for a few moments just to connect with your breath and come into the present moment. And then I'm going to ask you to pick up and place back down your ice at intervals of about 60 seconds of holding and about 20 seconds of rest. Instead of viewing this exercise as a test of your endurance or your pain threshold or pain tolerance, try if you can to release judgment thoughts and instead just become aware and observational of your own thoughts and your feelings while you're experiencing the sensations. Just tune into whether your breath changes. Do you start to hold tension in one part of your body that you weren't holding it before? And so that as time goes on and you do this exercise more and more, you will gain increased awareness of what works for you and what doesn't work as well. To practice ice contractions, you will need ice, either bare and loose in a bowl, or if you prefer and you'd like to maybe even reduce the sensation a little bit, you can place the ice into a thin baggie and close it. Refrain from using a freezer bag because the thickness of the bag will create too much of a barrier to sensation. If you're working with a bag, be sure you place at least 5 or 6 large ice cubes in there so you have enough that you can really get your hand around the ice. And likewise, if you use a bowl, make sure you have enough in there so that if one starts to melt, you have others to work with. You may also wish to have a candle, either flameless or real, or another item of your choosing to use as a focal point while you practice. You'll also probably want a towel to catch any drips from the melting ice. And when you practice alone, you may wish to have a clock with a second hand or a stopwatch so that you can time your contractions. Today, I will keep an eye on the time for you. If you'd like to gather those items, you may pause the video at this time. Begin by placing your items in front of you. Do not yet touch your ice, but just place it where you can easily access it, and make sure that your focal point is somewhere that you can easily gaze on it. Then you want to place your feet firmly on the floor, or if you're seated on the floor, just draw your legs up into a cross-legged position. Either is completely fine, just find yourself a comfortable seated position. You may wish to roll your shoulders up, back, and down, give your arms a little shake, and then gently close into your eyes and settle into your seat. And as you begin to settle into your seat, allow your breath to naturally slow. Follow each inhale all the way in, and each exhale all the way out. Staying within the slow, natural breath. Pick up your ice. And really wrap your hand around the ice. And place down the ice. And again, pick up your ice. And this time, as the sensation begins to build, draw your awareness back to your breath. Again, follow each inhale all the way in and each exhale all the way out. Each time that sensation pulls your focus away from your breath, gently draw your awareness back to your breath. And place down your ice and take a deep cleansing breath. Wash away what's already occurred. Wash away anticipation of what's to come. Come back into this moment of rest. And pick up your ice. This time, as the sensation begins to build, gently allow your eyes to fall upon your focal point. As that sensation builds some more, maintain awareness on your focal point. Send your breath to your focal point. Try to touch your focal point with your breath. And place down your ice. Stay connected to your focal point for one more moment. And when you're ready, return to the room. Each time that you practice, take a moment after you're done to reflect upon what you just experienced. Consider any thoughts or feelings that came up for you, any places that you experienced tension in your body. Did your breath change? So that each time that you practice, your awareness of your general coping tendencies will increase. Today we did 3 contractions together. When you practice on your own, if possible, try to do at least 5 each time. And if you're able for the remainder of your pregnancy, try to practice daily. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that doing these ice contractions together is helpful to you in your birth preparations. If you're local here in the Las Vegas area, please consider joining me for more preparation in the Journey Childbirth Education series. Best wishes to you and yours on your birthing journey.